Every so often, a movie comes along that reminds you just how powerful Hollywood delusion can be. A movie so ambitious, so expensive, so visually insane that it circles all the way back around and becomes bad again. Ladies and gentlemen, Jupiter Ascending, a movie so confusing it made astrophysics look simple. Released in 2015, Jupiter Ascending was supposed to be the grand return of the Wachowskis, the visionary duo who gave us The Matrix, a film that redefined cinema. But instead of bending reality, they bent common sense. The movie stars Mila Kunis as Jupiter Jones, a woman who cleans toilets for a living, only to discover she's actually intergalactic royalty. Yeah, one day you're scrubbing porcelain, the next, you're the queen of space. Enter Channing Tatum, a wolf-human hybrid with rocket boots and eyeliner who literally skates through the sky. He's named Kane-wise because of course he is. His mission? Protect Jupiter from a bunch of space aristocrats who own entire planets like real estate tycoons. These villains are the House of Abrasax, led by Eddie Redmayne, in one of the most baffling performances in movie history. Eddie Redmayne, an Oscar-winning actor, mind you, somehow manages to whisper every line like he's reading bedtime stories to Satan, and then suddenly screams the next word at full volume, like he's been possessed by a dying kettle. It's art in a way. A performance that makes you question acting as a concept. And the sad part? He won an Oscar the same year, which means audiences literally watched this man deliver one of the worst performances ever filmed, and then accept an Academy Award for another role days later. Talk about range. Now the story, if you can call it that, is about the Abrasax family trying to harvest Earth to make an immortality serum out of human goo. Yes, people juice. Space billionaires bathing in liquefied humans to stay young forever. It's like Dune meets Shark Tank meets a migraine. And then there's Titus, one of the Abrasax brothers who decides the best way to get what he wants is to marry Jupiter, which sounds standard enough until you remember that Jupiter is the exact biological reincarnation of his dead mother. Yes, he wants to marry Space Mom 2.0. And while his real plan is to kill her after the wedding and inherit Earth as her widower, he also seems genuinely into her, which really makes you wonder what his feelings were toward his original mom. And if that wasn't enough Freudian chaos, Eddie Redmayne's character, Balaam, also has an uncomfortable fixation on both Jupiter and the memory of the mother he murdered. The family therapy bills alone could bankrupt a galaxy. There's also a bureaucracy sequence that feels like an acid trip in an IRS office, which, to be fair, is one of the few scenes that does feel intentionally funny. The rest of the movie, not so much. And let's talk about the dialogue. It sounds like it was written by a malfunctioning translation app. Lines like, "Your Majesty, the gravity of your title will make you fall faster." Or the infamous, "I love dogs. I've always loved dogs." That's not a joke. That's an actual romantic confession. She tells her half-wolf bodyguard that she loves dogs, and he blushes. Somewhere, Shakespeare is crying. The visuals, genuinely stunning. The effects, the set design, the costumes, all Oscar-worthy, but they're wrapped around a script that feels like fan fiction written during a sugar crash. It's a movie where every scene looks like a perfume commercial directed by aliens who learned English from YouTube ads. What's wild is how hard Jupiter Ascending tries to be deep. It has themes, class inequality, corporate greed, but none of it makes sense because the movie keeps getting distracted by Channing Tatum dogfighting in space rollerblades. By the end, you're left wondering, was this an anti-capitalist sci-fi epic? Or just an extremely expensive furry fan film? When Jupiter Ascending bombed, critics shredded it. RogerEbert.com called it a beautiful mess of a movie. The Guardian said it was too bonkers to hate, but too dumb to love. And audiences? They just quietly walked away. It made $183 million on a $210 million budget. Not a total disaster, but close enough that the studio probably needed therapy afterward. And yet, I'll say this, it's never boring. For all its chaos, it's a movie that swings big. It doesn't play it safe. It's a cosmic train wreck. A space opera made with the sincerity of a freshman philosophy major who just discovered Nietzsche. In the end, Jupiter Ascending is proof that money can buy everything, except clarity, tone, or a script that makes sense. It's the kind of movie that makes even great actors look confused. and makes Eddie Redmayne look like he's auditioning for both ASMR YouTube and a mental breakdown at the same time. It's beautiful. It's dumb. It's unforgettable. It didn't ascend. It plummeted, face first, into cinematic legend. And sure, this movie may have sucked, but let's give credit where it's due. It did give us some eye candy in the form of Jupiter's absolutely gorgeous wedding dress to her kindest son. Nothing says space epic like intergalactic mother-son matrimony couture